Hi, I'm Mark from eReplacementParts.com. In this video, I'll show you how to replace the dowel pin on your Black and Decker CST1200 string trimmer. Now I'll remove the guard assembly. It's held in place with a single screw and a couple of plastic tabs. To remove the edge guide, I'll pry it back with a screwdriver. And then pull it away from the trimmer. Now I'll split the two sides of the motor housing. It's secured with a series of screws. I'll use a screwdriver to help split the two halves of the motor housing. Now I'll remove the motor and spindle shaft assembly from the housing and disconnect it from the wiring harness. It's connected to the wiring harness with a couple of small metal clips. I just use some needle nose pliers to pry those back. You can reuse these clips later, or the method I prefer is to solder this back together. We'll show you how to do that in a minute. Now I'll remove the tube assembly from the housing. And we can remove the dowel pin. The dowel pin holds tension on this spring, so I'll want to hold the spring back as I slide the pin out, and then carefully relieve the tension on the spring. Then I can pull the spring away from the tube. Now I'll replace the compression spring. And secure it with the dowel pin. I pull the tension back on the spring and then insert the pin through the tube. Now I'll reattach the wiring harness to the motor assembly. Like I mentioned before, I like to solder this back on. So I'll put a little flux on the end of each wire, insert the wires through the eyelets on the motor, and then use the soldering iron to secure them. Now I'll replace the motor and spindle shaft assembly back into the housing. I'll line up the tube assembly with the back side of the housing, and I need to pull this spring back so it clears the tabs on the housing, like that. Now replace the other half of the motor assembly and secure it with the screws. Now replace the edge guide. Now replace the guard assembly. And secure it with the screw. And that's all it takes to install a new dowel pin in your Black and Decker CST1200 string trimmer. We hope you found this video helpful. Please feel free to leave a comment or ask us a question.